What's up, traders? I got a busy day today, so let's do a walk and talk. Is regulation bullish for crypto? Well, I saw a Reuters article came out yesterday saying Bitcoin up on Biden executive order. But is that really true? Well, the NASDAQ was up 4%, the biggest single day rally of 2022 at the same time. Did that have something to do with the news? Or was it just that risk assets were up across the board? Well, we're going to get back to that. If is it bullish or bearish? But let's talk about trying to trade crypto on news. See, a lot of people thought that this was bullish and it rallied, but as we see today, fell off. For that, a few weeks ago, people were coming to me with the thesis that with the Russian invasion, that was going to be bullish for crypto as they were going to use Bitcoin to get past the sanctions. And sure enough, it rose up to a high, not a higher high, a lower high actually, and then fell off again. Months ago, people were bullish on Bitcoin because El Salvador was adopting it as a legal tender. Well, that didn't really have any lasting long-term bullish effect, now did it? The problem with trying to trade news with crypto is that there's really only two fundamental forces at work. That is the intrinsic value and the extrinsic value of cryptocurrency. So what is intrinsic value? Well, intrinsic value is what something can be used for, its usage. Take gold. Gold can be used in consumer electronics. It's not nearly as valuable as the price of gold, the ounce price of gold, but that's because of the extrinsic value, the perception, what people believe it's worth, what they speculate it to be worth in the future. That is what extrinsic value is. So, what is the intrinsic value of cryptocurrency? Well, it's the same as it's been since Bitcoin was invented. That is a decentralized, uncensorable medium of exchange monetary system outside of government and corporate control. Still remains to this day what sets it apart from the rest of all the ways that we can spend money back and forth. Now, I remember back years ago buying lunch, paid a Bitcoin for a sandwich. And I like that experience too. It doesn't matter to me that it was a $36,000 sandwich. I have that experience now because at the time it was cool. Now we use Venmo, Zelle, Google Pay, Apple Pay. All sorts of things have come out that are much faster and much more efficient. Lower gas fees, lower mining fees. So what is the competitive advantage of Bitcoin as a medium of exchange? Well, again, the intrinsic value of it being deregulated and not able to be controlled or censored. Now, the extrinsic value, the price it is today, is because people see it as a hedge against inflation. There's also a lot of borrowed money in this low interest rate environment that is being pumped into Bitcoin. If you don't think that's true, just look at MicroStrategy's books. So that's where the extrinsic value comes in. So now, let's ask the question again. Is regulation bullish or bearish for crypto? Well, if the entire intrinsic value is that the government can't seize it, that it can't control the movement of it, then anything and everything that pumps the brakes on that is not conducive to innovation or for the value, the intrinsic value of it. Now, I know why a lot of people think that regulation is bullish. They think it's bullish because it seems safer. If there's regulation, people will be protected. So they think. Somehow, regulation is supposed to come about and save them from Russian hackers stealing their Bitcoin or shady uh, people lending out in Ponzi schemes. But do you really need regulation, and will regulation stop that? No. Especially among the DeFi sector. If you think that you're going to get 1,000% APR returns in a regulated environment, you've got some serious cognitive dissonance going on. That's just not going to exist, at least not to that level that you've been used to for the last year or two. So the reason people think and want regulation to come about is the perception that it will make the value go up as more people invest in it because it feels safer, whether it will become safer or not. Well, the problem with that is people aren't really thinking about it from the intrinsic value standpoint. They look at it, well, I've got this crypto and I want more people to buy it from me. I want institutions to buy it from me. I want my personal stash to go up. So regulation, being bullish, is so that people can become personally wealthy in what they already own. And that's really the best case argument that I've come up with for why it is. No one makes a mention of the intrinsic value, which I got into cryptocurrency a decade ago because of libertarian ideals. But fortunately, we don't win elections. And nor will elected officials be able to actually have control over crypto once it's regulated by all the TLAs, the three-letter agencies. If you think about it, they aren't going to pass laws. Now, there's no law in Congress. There's no congressional representative that you can speak to and have them change the laws once they're in place. They will be dictated by bureaucrats to serve whatever interest they want. And you will have no control over the direction of the regulation, directly or even indirectly through representative. So is it bullish or bearish? Well, I'll let people make up their own mind, but my thesis is that it's not a net good. It erodes the intrinsic value of cryptocurrency. And for everyone else's sake, I hope I'm wrong, but one of these days when there is a conflict and we need to get money through government sanctions that are dictated by whatever governments, we're going to wait and hope for an invented monetary system that's outside of government and corporate control. I can't wait till that happens. So until then, trade wisely. See you in the next video.